Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Today, we're going to discuss XRP. Could it hit $10,000? Well, it's backed by banks, designed for efficiency, enables instant low-cost global payments. Could this be the new future of fintech? In this video, we're going to discuss and show examples as to how XRP could hit $10,000 per coin. Just like Bitcoin hit the $100,000 mark, nobody said it could be done. Well, is XRP following Bitcoin's footsteps? In this video, we're going to break down, discuss, and show examples as to why that could happen. So sit back, relax as we decrypt XRP. Okay, so XRP to go to $10,000 a coin. Is it just another clickbait video, or is there substance behind it? Well, admittedly, yeah, it kind of is a clickbait video because you've probably seen all these different price predictions and all that about XRP. I actually have some substance behind it other than speculation that proves and actually justifies why I think that. And I would love to hear your comments down below. So, if you like what you see, you like what you're getting from this, please like, subscribe, and all that YouTube junk. If you found some stuff in valuable information in this video. Now let's start with Bitcoin. Why is Bitcoin $100,000? Well, what you need to understand about Bitcoin is a commodity with a BlackRock ETF tied to it. So that boosted that price in an insane amount. It is being traded as a commodity. Now, what's a commodity? Well, think of gold and silver. Those are commodities that are traded, right? That have insane price fluctuations. So if you look at, right now with gold, it's at what, 2,900 or something like that an ounce. Well, that's because of supply and demand. That's the same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has supply and demand that justifies the price of that. There's only 21 million Bitcoin in existence. So you're seeing all these countries, institutions, banks, etc., gobbling this up as much as they can. Now, that's the same thing with XRP. If you look at Bitcoin being the gold of digital currency, then you must have a silver of digital currency. This is where they come in. If you look at that, there's 100 billion XRP in circulation supply, with 50 in circulation, 50 billion in circulation. But you also have to understand, as companies and banks and institutions will buy this up, that takes it off the market, making that price go up. Now there's less in circulation. There's a high demand for it because they have a huge utility behind them that everybody in the world is going to be using, like literally everybody in the world is going to be using. That's going to make that price go up even further. And then also later on in the video, I'm going to walk through like where we're at as far as regulations, et cetera, go. And some things are actually being tied to XRP to boost that price. Now let's dive into it right over here. You'll see that the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC, has classified Bitcoin as a commodity. It says, yes, virtual currencies such as Bitcoin have been determined to be commodities under the Commodity Exchange Act, the CEA. So again, they use the word virtual currencies, not just currency. They left that door open on purpose. They were planning to add more to it. They lay it out right there in front of you. Don't be fooled by the rest of the hype in the market trying to scare you off. They tried to scare you off at Bitcoin too, didn't they, back in 2017 and throughout the years until recently, until you couldn't afford it anymore. Then once you can afford it, they go, oh yeah, we are going to adopt it, after talking so much trash about it for so many years. So now that we have that laid out, we understand what Bitcoin is and why that's so expensive. We have to have a silver, which is going to be XRP. Let me walk through how that's going to happen. So right over here on the CFTC's website, they posted this. It's the Crypto CEO Forum to launch digital asset markets pilot. So what this says is the CFTC will hold a CEO forum of industry-leading firms to discuss the launch of CFTC's digital asset markets pilot program for tokenized non-cash collateral such as stable coins. Participants will include Circle, Coinbase, Crypto.com, MoonPay, and Ripple. Ripple is the company that will be moving XRP around the world. They are a part of the Crypto CEO Forum for launching digital assets. Yes, they do have a RLUSD stablecoin, and that's probably why they're invited to this, but you also have to think the bigger picture. Get your mind to a more macro view and stop thinking so narrow-minded and small. You have to really open your mind to how these people think. And I want to walk you through what they're doing behind the scenes. And hopefully you do open your mind to what they're doing behind the scenes if you haven't already. I'm not saying anybody's narrow-minded for anybody gets offended. I'm just saying a lot of people in this market are very day-to-day price action driven, not looking at the bigger picture. Now, speaking of the price action, let's look right over here at CoinMarketCap. XRP is sitting around $2.20 as the time I filmed this. If you look at it, XRP also follows suit for how Bitcoin moves in the market. So the orange line you're seeing is going to be Bitcoin, and then the blue is XRP. For people in the know, yes, Bitcoin dictates how the market fluctuates and how it flows, and most altcoins, which is anything outside of Bitcoin, all the altcoins typically will flow with them. So that's just a quick look where we're at right now. So I want to let everybody know what the price point was. Again, keep in mind, if you were able to buy Bitcoin at $2.20, would you buy Bitcoin back then knowing where it's at now? That's just not financial advice. That's just a suggestion, a fun thought, right? So if you look at it, let's look at what XRP is actually being classified as. So right over here, you'll see that in relation to the Commodity Exchange Act, the CEA, and XRP, a U.S. court ruled that XRP is not a security in a secondary market transaction. So anything that's going to be outside of like us buying off of Coinbase, Uphold, Crypto.com, wherever you may buy it, they're not considering that as a security. And furthermore, as you go down, you'll see that commodity classification, the ruling clarified that XRP is considered a non-security commodity when sold on a third-party exchange, and it operates as a digital asset or virtual currency. The CFTC has authority over XRP under the CEA, as XRP is captured under the broad definition of commodity in Section 1A9. So right here, they're laying out that XRP is captured under the broad definition of commodity. And they're using the words commodity, not securities. So what's going on? Why have we not seen this skyrocket yet? Well, if you're following Ripple, XRP, and you're in the know, you understand that the SEC has held down Ripple for a while, and they will not drop this lawsuit yet. Yes, it's in the works. Yes, we're here on April 16th. Could be the day, which I think is very interesting, because as we walk through more of this, you'll see why that lines up very nicely. So once the SEC drops Ripple lawsuit, they then have the option to then label that more of a commodity and get the ETFs behind them. So speaking of ETFs, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. You have right over here on X, you have Brad Garlinghouse himself, the CEO of Ripple, posting yesterday, breaking, Franklin Templeton files an ETF for XRP. So Franklin Templeton is a investment firm worth $1.4 trillion, slapping an ETF on XRP. We just need the SEC to drop the Ripple case. The SEC won't let them try to shut them down on MTV, but it feels so empty without XRP. Sorry, Eminem song stuck in my head every time I hear the SEC trying to shut people down. So yes, go back on track here, squirrel moment. So you have Brad Garlinghouse himself talking about the XRP ETF from Franklin Templeton, a $1.4 trillion investment firm. Keep in mind, Bitcoin got slapped from BlackRock's ETF. It jumped up. Same thing with Ethereum. It jumped up. So you're seeing them follow suit with Franklin Templeton. Now, again, another squirrel moment. Thinking back over here, this is CoinMarketCap. You're seeing the top movers right over here. So keep in mind, XRP is at 4 right now, but they have actually flipped Ethereum in the past. They've been number 2, and they're coming at them. So don't let them fool you. You are going to see this flip Ethereum eventually. So get in now while you can. That's not financial advice. I'm just stating that's a possibility for what's happening. Okay, now that I diverted a bunch of squirrel moments on you, and hopefully I got your attention, now let's look over here from Jenny Johnson herself. She's actually the CEO of Franklin Templeton talking about cryptocurrency. So check this out.
Crypto has had some problems. What do you tell people that say they want to be in cryptocurrencies? Do you offer the opportunity for people to invest in crypto through Franklin Templeton?
Yes, actually we do. So first of all, I always say that that Bitcoin is the greatest distraction from the greatest disruption that is happening in financial services today. So I wish, because every time everybody gets in a conversation about crypto, it leads into a conversation about whether this currency, whether it's Dogecoin or Bitcoin, is of value. Forget that. That's like a religion. You either get a believer and a non-believer, and they're never going to agree. But blockchain as a technology and what it can do is going to be hugely disruptive. So not only is it going to be disruptive on traditional back offices and just create much greater efficiency, but disruption on business models.
Okay, so you have the CEO of Franklin Templeton talking about blockchain, digital assets, DLT, and they know what's going on, and they're slapping a ETF on XRP. You heard it from her directly that that's the bigger picture. Don't worry about Bitcoin. Don't worry about Dogecoin, all these things people are talking about. Look at real world assets and the utility they have behind it. XRP has so much utility. I do have another video explaining what XRP is. If you want to check them out, I'll try to link it in the video and all that good stuff so you can check that out. But also, if you keep on going, we're talking about Franklin Templeton to their ETF, but who else has ETFs on XRP? Well, check this out. So right over here from Uphold, they uploaded a quick list as of March 12th within the filming of this video. You have right over here, Bitwise, Canary Capital, 21 shares, Wisdom Tree, ProShares, CoinShares, Grayscale, Volatility Shares, Franklin Templeton. You have all of these massive exchanges and investment firms doing an XRP ETF. So you're telling me that with all these ETFs being slapped on XRP, it's not going to be traded as a commodity. It's not going to go past $5, $10 like people are saying. They're saying it's a trash coin. And then you also have to keep in mind, Brazil they slapped an ETF on XRP already. They've already adopted it. They're already using it. It's already being pushed. So you're telling me that this can't take off. I don't see how that's possible. So let's keep on going, right? So we have ETFs coming. We have all this happening on the back end. So let's look at the SEC actual meeting board coming up. So what you can't see right here is a previous one, which is March 10th. They had a bankers meeting. It was huge. A bunch of firms were there. So going on to March 13th, you have closed door meetings. So if you know anything about closed door meetings, you already know that this is where they drop all their lawsuits. And a lot of important information happens behind closed doors. If that's how our government works, they don't want you knowing. And then what I found more interesting is I checked this website on Monday, the 10th, because I was looking at that bankers meeting. I did not see this March 17th. I have a screenshot of it. It wasn't there. So they added this March 17th meeting shortly after this closed door meeting, which is going to be that Monday, coming up this Monday. And it's about the Investment Company Institute Investment Management Conference. So what is that? Well, before we get there, let's look at what they have the rest of the month planned out. You have Defining Security Status Roundtable. You also have Artificial Intelligence in the Financial Industry Roundtable. So they have two more roundtables coming up talking about adoption of cryptocurrency and all these different regulations behind it. But more or less, I think that's them telling the plan. They're not really planning anything else out. Because why do I say that? Well, let's go back over here to this March 17th that was mysteriously just added. We're talking about investment management conference. You're talking about investment management. You're past bankers. You're past all that. You're talking about the people that move the money around the world will be in this meeting. So look at this. So right over here, this meeting is going to be held March 16th, which starts, this Sunday through the 19th in San Diego. So what do they have going on here? There are some big names in here if you want to check that out. So as I scroll down, I'm just going to kind of list off a couple things that stood out to me as I scroll through here. So let's look through here. We've got some welcome remarks. You got some people coming in from Morgan Stanley, right? Then you're going to have Mark Ueda. He's the SEC chairman himself. He's going to get up and have some keynote remarks, and they don't tell you what they're going to talk about. But it's interesting. He's going to be there. Then who else is going to be there and what they're talking about? You have assessing the fund industry regulatory future. So they're going to be talking about that. Then that's kind of getting the meeting started, getting the get the groundwork laid out. But this is where it starts getting to the meats and potatoes of everything. So you have new regulations, new products, new technologies. Oh my. CCO perspectives in a changing world. CCO is Chief Compliance Officer. So these are the people that are running these investment firms, making the calls and make sure they're in compliance. That's why you're going to see Mark Ueda there. That's why you see the SEC there. You're going to see there's a bunch of names coming through here. There's some major 4 big players that you might find interesting that's inside here. So speaking of one of those 4 big players, what do you have? You have State Street Global Advisors. They're going to be there. So who else is going to be there? You have next docket on the docket is legal and operational issues around advisors' use of AI. So people adopting AI, banks are adopting AI. You have the OCC already telling banks that they can adopt AI, they can adopt cryptocurrencies, et cetera. They already have that green light already. Then you also have Trump with his crypto summit, then the crypto reserve. All these things are falling into place. Like they can't activate it until all the regulations in place, which you're seeing unfold right now in front of your very eyes this month. So as we look through there on session B, who do you have? You have Franklin Templeton. They're hanging out. So far we have State Street, Franklin Templeton in this meeting. Can you guess who else is going to be there? I bet you can. So keep on going. We have Whack-A-Mole keeping up with the states. So they're going to pretty much get the states aligned with their different rules and policies, et cetera. And as we keep on going, you're going to go through here and see that you have fund governance in a new era. So keep on going. I'm looking for somebody in particular. I think you see it right here. You have implementing the names rule and addressing other fund disclosure issues with none other than Vanguard themselves. So we have State Street, Vanguard, Franklin Templeton. Which other $1 trillion investment firm do we need to have there? I'm sure you have a guess. Yes, they are going to be there. Of course they are. So trillion piece puzzles, 2025 tax legislation and tax-driven products trends. They have legislation around this, guys. Don't let them fool you. They already know what they're talking about. And let's keep on going down. The impact of recent judicial decisions and executive orders on regulatory authority and process. We'll keep on going. Let's keep on going down to what I'm looking for here. Where are you at? I think they're one of the last ones. We keep on going. We have key recognitions from ICU's multi-year review, navigating the new dynamics of Washington. Then let's keep on going. You have retaliation of private markets. Where are you at, guys? Sorry I should have had this more prepared for you guys, but you stay classy. San Diego is the name of it. A decision on ETF share classes. So they have ETFs. They have a discussion on ETF share classes, which they already know what they're talking about. Don't let them fool you. And then also you're going to have international developments of shaping the asset management industry in the 2025 and beyond. And let's keep on going. Not to try to lose anybody here. Then we also have right here, there it is. Nobody bats 1,000. The SEC's record on market structure reform with none other than BlackRock advisors. How about that? So you have BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, Franklin Templeton, all in this meeting coming up next week, right after we saw the SEC with their bankers meeting, come up with the roundtables, closed door meetings. CTFC talking about Ripple being part of the CEO forum, classifying XRP as a commodity. So all these things are coming together. I hope you're following along that are going to make XRP a new commodity like Bitcoin that could bring it to $10,000 a share just based off of supply and demand once you learn a bit more about it. So right over here, this is from my Twitter page. If you want to check it out, you want to give me a follow, I would very much appreciate it. But this is kind of a older one, but right here, big winners of U.S. cryptocurrency policy. You have ETF applications. Right here, you're going to have XRP right in the middle of that. Blockchain projects attend White House. Again, XRP is with that. Mentioned by Trump directly, XRP. Made in USA, XRP. So you have all these things pointing to XRP being adopted, not just in the U.S., but globally with banks and institutions and investment firms, et cetera. So speaking of those investment firms and banks, we also have right over here at the heart of all this being transferred around all the money being transferred around the world through all these banks. Look who's in the center. You have Ripple XRP that is tied to all these banks. CBDCs, which is a central bank digital currency. You have them timed in with BIS, MasterCard, of course. There's just a bunch of banks being tied with them. Then you have global standard bodies. So you have the World Economic Forum working with XRP and Ripple, also with ISO, then industry organizations. So you have all these different banks tying in with Ripple XRP already. It's nothing new. It's something they've been doing for a while. Before I leave you guys, I'm going to show you a clip of Ripple and listen to their new promo ad. And again, this ad is not for everyday people like you and I. This is for investment firms and central banks, etc. So check this out.
We're in a world where everything can be tokenized, and that's where Ripple Custody comes in. Here's how it works. The custody platform acts like a digital vault to safeguard both your and your client's assets. This vault is protected by the highest standard of bank-grade security for digital assets. Digital assets can be managed and accessed through a cryptographically secured infrastructure layer. This acts as a sort of door or single access point, which means you can choose who can do what with those assets. Next, thanks to an API-first model and a unique modular design, bank management systems can easily connect to the platform through a user-friendly interface, allowing for simple user control and integration. This makes things like token management, transferring, accounting, and custody straightforward and easy without compromising security, governance, or compliance. Lastly, the custody platform is plug-and-play and interoperable, unifying interactions with multiple underlying blockchains and their applications, external data sources like AML or other data providers, and to other market players like exchanges, marketplace venues, and regulated custodians. Now is the time to tap into the future of finance.
Okay, so right there you hear from Ripple themselves. They're calling themselves the future of finance. So we have being called a commodity, we have ETFs, we have major investment firms talking about crypto, we have SEC approving it, we have the SEC about to drop the Ripple case. If you're in the know, you know that's going to happen. There's nothing there for them not to drop it. There's just so much going on around the world with crypto, with Ripple, XRP specifically. So if you are interested, check it out, do your own research before you buy, but you are at a point in your life that you have an opportunity to set up just a financial future for not just for yourself, but for your family and generations to come if you do it right and if you get in while you still can. I hope you guys got something from this. I hope you learned something from this. I hope that you did appreciate the video. If you did, again, comment, like, subscribe down in the comments, and we will see you on the next one.